Okay, all right.
Hello.
Hello.
It's truly an honor to present Cover Charge. In fact, when Linda asked me to read from it and choose a poem, when I got it, I was like, I'm gonna wait and get a list from her ones I can't pick to make it easier. You know what I mean? I was like, oh man, I can't pick. I read it and I was like, how will I do this? And I was like, I know, I'll wait. And then I'll have a smaller pool to choose from. And that did help. I'm just gonna like take off my coat and get comfortable so that you guys get comfortable.
Oh. Yes.
Right?
I'm gonna take off my shoes.
Yeah, take I mean, seriously, this is such a great room. Don't you love New York? Isn't it fancy in here? And Dennis, who owns this building, worked so hard. This is like his little dream room. And who doesn't wish that was their bathroom? Seriously, right? I really just love using the bathroom here. So, chores after Louise Gluck. It's not the rain, I know it. It's these birds that make that noise. I hear them. That noise does not cease, like your expectations of me, always wanting more. That noise, as I go through the motions, on that old bed of ours. In my head, it's your laundry I do tonight, the heavy load, shoving your soiled garments into the machine, watching the gyrations, your spin cycle. Oh, those damn birds. They're caw, caw, caw. How can I compose myself in this clamoring silence? Stumbling. Thorns, thistle, be careful, baby. That's her heart, soft, wet, fragile. He looks at her, wanting to eat her up. She looks delicious, doesn't she? Vulnerable antique lace disintegrates easily. His glass shards invisible pierce her skin, even through the clothes she wears. The swallows will fly over the blackberry bushes into the maples. She's just a girl with tears in her belly, digging in topsoil, planting deception, linking memoir to history, jousting heart. Only she understands this devastation. Newly slashed, her skin pours poison, oily dark, staining, sheets infiltrating purity. Never play games with ornamental lovers. Never play games with ornamental lovers. Thorns, thistle, be careful, baby. That's her heart, soft, wet, fragile. After all, poetry is the music of language. Thaddeus, come show us. He's next.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, very glad to help support this book launch. Can you hear me?
Yeah!
Oh, good, good. For Linda. You know, I read parts of this book, it must have been a couple of years ago, so I'm really glad to see it in book form now. And I hope everyone here supports it as well. Here are two poems from the book. This is called Markings on the Wall. This is kind of cosmic.
Okay.
Astronomical charts. Born under a moonless sky. Cosmos ignited the pyre. Daddy said it was so hot Earth could have been on fire. Funny how we let ghosts of childhood hide out in bedroom closets. Imagination carried us to Jupiter and beyond, but we kept looking over our shoulders. Marked time on the moon before night rolled to dawn. Oxygen in our blood, purple galaxies and meteorites, our thirst. Revolving on this planet, synchronicity brings us together in one universe. Tilting this vex of harmony, weekend warrior extracting xenon from the night sky. Your lantern is fueled by yellow zinnia flowers. And this next one is actually about gardening. It's about gardening, but the garden is a metaphor. It's a literal garden, but it also stands for something else. I think it stands for a relationship. It's called Be My Garden. I need to cleanse myself, dig myself into the dirt, sleep with daffodil bulbs, breathe earth. I remember where last season's tomatoes grew, where the strawberry patch sent its runners through the hot peppers and the eggplants. I need to feel you again, to know you like I know the dirt in my garden. I'll rake last season's leaves from you, fertilize you, rejuvenate you. I want to introduce you to the praying mantis and the ladybugs so they can defend you from parasites. I want your soil ready so I can dig my hands in deep. Plant a fragile seedling, water it, watch it grow. Thank you, and get the book. It's over on the table there. Congratulations to Linda.
Oh, Moed!
Linda, thank you. Can you take off this mask?
Who is that lady?
It's someone who's going to walk into Linda's poems and want to stay there forever. At the Chelsea. The cover band plays Blurred Lines. Beer is cold, skin is tan. Far away, my mind writes our story. I'm Nancy Spungen. We grunge around rat-infested subway cars from CBGBs to the bitter end. We room at the Chelsea. You're a crazy man, Sid Fishes, already killing me. Still, I open the door and let you in. Cover charge. Broken souls gather, buy the 2 minimum drink, look for romantic remedies. Your advice was, don't write about life, write about art. I say, paint me black, splatter your pigment on my wedding dress. You're a beer-soaked barroom. I'm an engagement ring lost on the floor. You're a smudge Keith Haring drawing. I'm a boombox missing a beat. Your kisses were jewels. Dope bought on the Lower East Side. We crawl out of abandoned squats. You say you speak fiction. Your heart is exposed. I tell true stories. You are forewarned. Woo. Sex Pistol. Some people think Gothic means black. The lovers separated, need a good fuck. The partner's out of reach. A dildo can soothe without warmth, pulse, or heartbeat. Trailer trash. You crawled out of the shadows late night after the game when you were buzzed. Alone in your double trailer when your dog isn't enough company, you pick up your phone and message me, yo. Thank you.
I can't keep up with Claire at the gym, and I can't keep up with her here either. She's a force to be reckoned with. Canvas blank. Is this good? Yeah. Canvas blank. What do you remember? Begins with the paint and the brushes we choose. Acrylics, watercolors, all different. Some are thick-skinned, others fragile. Days go by. Portraits emerge. What you thought was invisible now requires touch. What you thought you could accomplish now requires rain. Time passes. If able to start over again, how would this river run? You sew clothing from candle wicks, light up your creation, and paint it while it burns. This is called It Lives in the Basement. Loneliness crept up the stairs, stood in a corner, observed the situation, searched for the easiest to infiltrate, curled around her unknown, smoke unseen. Loneliness holds her tight. She thinks its warmth is comfortable. Quickly, she's left abandoned alone, trying to make snow angels at midnight. This is called Awaken. You wake up in the middle of your life. Rain beats against the windows, shoreline, rocks, balcony, palms. If time were to stop, this instant, your last, would you know all elegance created? Do you understand? Everything is important. The bird calls, water whispers, morning. This could be your last memory. This is called missing. Pearl shampoo you left in my bathroom, even after I asked you to take it home. I don't know why I'm telling you this now that the green shampoo's gone. I have to confess, I saved a lock of your hair. Sometimes I take it out. It smells like you. The fix. You're a heroine. She's your virgin junkie. Euphoria of a first kiss, did it ever really exist? She's an addict looking for a cure. It was easy for you to hide the needles with your charm, crawl into her in her stupor. Dogs bark in her nightmares. On canvas, she paints in navy and black. She awakens in splattered clothing. You destroyed her garden, infiltrated her silence. She was so beautiful once.
Wow. Jesus.
They're clapping for you, Linda. This is called Carnage. They sit catty-corner at the bar, full of poetry and alcohol. Romantics left empty, share stories, heartaches, and anguish. Raw and honest. Hearts exposed, they take turns, slice slivers of heart, place them on the bar. Tales of a slow death lasting too long. Drama of a love that shattered spirits. Mourning a companion lost in a bottle. Memoir of a marriage held together with strings. They reminisce all night, slice slivers of heart, until the bar is red, covered with blood. Carnage of lonely souls. She looks into his blue eyes, revealing behind sorrow, passion. Words evaporate. Leaning in, she whispers, "Kiss me." Lost in each other for a moment, they're healed.
Yeah.
This is called Kaleidoscope. Let cuddle patterns erase your pain. Crystals turn in a cylinder. Mirrored pieces reflect hues, magnified. Shapes cast back, shapes transform. Look into the kaleidoscope. Look closely. beyond changing color patterns, beyond shifting shapes, beyond tricks of mirrors. Look deep. You're changing, colliding into yourself, crashing, trying to burn your dreams. Enter the kaleidoscope. Turn the cylinder. Become enraptured by colors that twirl. Do you remember colors? Colors that move before your eyes, colors you have the power to control. Can you control the kaleidoscope? Look up. You hold moonbeams in your fingertips. You control the constellations. Can you know that? Sleep in solace tonight. Let color patterns erase your pain. I'm going to close with Sunken Ship as the last one. Fog made of salt, tears of mermaids, voices rising from deep sorrow. Carry me towards daylight. Fuse myself whole again, wipe my tears with beach fire coals. Lose me in the shoreline. Let me become food for seagulls. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for letting me read, Linda.
Thank you so much for inviting me to read in this wonderful book, and also thank you for allowing me to make that very graceful entrance. Art. It was art. Abstract and alcohol-fueled. Liquid paint splattered, graffiti, covered and dangerous. Surreal. Savage beauty of Alexander McQueen. Spray paint guns aimed at white dress. Fragile. An evening gown made of peonies and roses disintegrating. You said, don't write about life, write about art. Was it not art? The finger painting of my hair, the pigment of your eyes, the sculpture of my thigh. You said, don't write about life, write about art. Was it not art? My solo performance when you left me nude in the gallery, covered in snow? Everything old, new again. Last night, late night, city lights, lonely haunts, sticky floors. Don't bother us. We grew up in old New York with territorial subway rats whose turf was platforms, not tracks. Today, we dine in restaurants that survived, old school city days. We drink in dive bars, clinging to a dying past. This night, in a reborn Broadway theater, we marvel at chandeliers and ceiling artwork. We tango past shell-shocked picture-taking tourists, gawking Times Square, blazing lights, stepping as one. Out of my element on Theater Row, my dive bar companion knows Jimmy's Corner. We squeeze in, raise a glass, clink, we are home.
Jimmy died last year.
Oh, R.I.P. May his memory be blessed. Girl, writing now. On the L train to Canarsie, she writes lyrics on her forearm. She has no paper. A bluesy beat cadence, she pins in purple Sharpie. Dreams fall out around her. A homeless guy smiles. She wears 3 feathers in her long dark hair. With her pure inkwell, she crafts words for Webster. She scribes her own saga. Shooting from this planet, she doesn't need a parachute. She'll loudly leap and land on her feet. Text message reads, boom. Her reply is boom before the boom. When she reaches her destination, she gathers her dreams and allows the homeless guy to keep the one he smiled. Cocktails. Long night at Dada leaves me with music in my head. After party at the bitter end, girlfriends bond over fucked up men. I can relate. Thank you so much and congratulations, Linda. Now, is there a list here? Or?
Franz list.
Franz list.
That was wonderful for me. Yeah, let me help you out.
Oh, thank you, because I can't see where I'm going.
Very short. Entrance is so cool.
Oh, you. I didn't think so.
The weird was really cool too. I bet that's what the doctor said in the morning. Well, well, well. Here we are again at KGB, the Red Room. How about that shit, man? What a night. So fun, huh? Yeah. Hey, let's hear it for Linda Kleinbub. Before I forget, let's hear it for Amanda, the bartender. And thanks to Linda, I have a boulevardier. Man, it's so good. You know, I remember Linda. I remember seeing Linda read. Maybe it was like the first time she read or something. And she was like, and she told me, I was so nervous up there. And who would believe it now? Look at her, man. She's like a cowgirl at the rodeo. She's riding the bulls around. Wow! Look at this shit. Catch this metaphor, son. You know, I have a lot of friends, thank God, and I have a lot of, actually, Lassie was a colleague of mine. And, but nothing to write home about, really.
Oh. Oh.
Colleague of mine. So I'm going to read all the short poems. And then I'm going to ask for a request. So get ready. If I read this one before, or if somebody else read it, let me know. Okay, please. Cocktails. Long night at Dada leaves me with music in my head. After party at the bitter end. Oh shit, you reread this one? Nobody told me. I just read it. Girlfriend's bond. Look, this is a good segue, right? You finished with it? I'll start with it.
Should have read it again. Pay attention! Pay attention!
I didn't really want to read this one anyway.
Well, we want to hear it again!
It's good. It's good in different places. It's all good.
Okay.
Read whatever you want.
Girlfriends fuck over bonded men. Wait. Okay.
You get a different interpretation of it.
Don't read it again. No, I thought that was sad. I thought,
Go ahead and read it again.
What the fuck's wrong with this fucked up man? Jane, don't tell me what to do. Come right over there. Cinquain for Jada. She wants to pierce her nose. I cannot convince her not to. She is determined, so we'll go. Visit the East Village. Whatever tattoo shop where the ancient mariner gets his ink. Yeah, that's where I would go too. Cocktails. I just like to say that. Cocktails. Fucked up men. But we don't know any of them.
You're going to read it again, man?
You practically did. You just left off one line.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
It'd be like anticlimactic now.
Read it backwards.
Okay, here we go. Jim Feast is a genius. These poems are so good. I'll sing it. Anybody do that?
Yes.
Odyssey.
Pay attention.
Yes, I do. Odyssey. Late night, iceberg moon, his absence, her aloneness, she wonders. Does he search moonbeams for me? Is he enticing angels to sing? She's a giant red star fading in a black hole, untethered in space. a nebula in a galaxy lost.
Wow.
Colors. You're blue. I'll pretend I'm yellow. Together we'll grow like green after rain. So much imagination of coming up with subjects. I was really impressed. Some of the blurbs on the back are just amazing. Mercy, mercy.
When you wrote that, read that blurb.
Hey, just read the blurb.
Read that blurb. That blurb is
I have known a lot of fucked up men in my time, but I've written about all of them.
Mercy, mercy. I heard you hiss it, smelled like piss, destroying a friendship facade. Was there ever a kiss? I reminisce. Memories we hold sacred. So many lies. Can we forget the anger? Focus on lips and tongues, hips, thighs, the strokes inside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay, and there's one more short.
You do the last one. It's in Live Mag.
The suitcase?
Yes.
Thank you. So this one's in Live Mag.
Is it out yet?
Yeah. Actually, let me please make an announcement. Yes.
Big issue.
Linda Kleinbub is in Live Mag number 18, and we're having a party next Friday, not tomorrow, next Friday the 13th at Howl. And contributor copies, you can come and get your copies. Thank you.
Okay.
And it's free,
Yeah.
we'll party, they usually
Free?
give you wine,
Wine?
they have a little heroin. What, Jim, what?
Is the wine free?
No, there's a free feast.
This is
Jim?
a poem that's in please.
Jim? So, I'm not going to read The Hangover.
It's the very last poem in the book.
And I would love Sunken Ship. I remember when that was when I really liked.
Just tell us the poem.
Okay,
you
it's the
like.
last one, Suitcase. In the quiet time of evening, when the katydid song ends, the moon still shines above. She's packing her suitcase. What will she carry home? Under the silent stars, investments made in time multiply, or they can disintegrate by astronomical charts sent via email. Everyone knows you need to look up to see the galaxy.
Yeah.
Linda! Cover charge!
Thank you, everybody. I want to thank Lori for having us here today, and I really want to thank Jim Feast and Ron Cohn for this book. Let's give them a hand. And thank you, bartender. And please have a drink. Everybody's hurting after the pandemic, so our bartender needs your support as well. And my first poem I'm going to read is called Spending the Day with Tinkerbell. And it's for, and I actually wrote it a day, it's for Gabrielle. Journey to Gotham. Pixies ride unicorns to knights in armor. South of the border banquet, we stroll down canyons under a silver sky. Witches bruise and toy stores, selfies with street art, we scatter our dreams on the Lower East Side. This poem is called Abecedarian Affair. I write a lot of Abecedarians. They kind of just come to me. I'm going to have a whole book one day. I have a lot of them. There's 3 in this book. 2 of them is Markings on the Wall, and in Fire Burning, the last part is an Abecedarian. As if in a dream, she begins a friendship, cherishes a kiss, dances with smoke rings and fire. Evenings when the lonely, fiendish ghouls in her head arrive, she becomes a flirt. Intense conversation, just a harmless kiss. Foolishly, she lets him view her vulnerabilities. Memories, sad stories, alone at night. Lusting under the moonlight, she opens her heart, pours out her soul. Quest to find love requires a clear, sound mind, which she gives up tonight. She remembers the time, under a summer sky, a Valentine love, waltzing on the cliffs of the heights. X-rays can't see her open wounds. Yearning she paces, a lion caged at the zoo. This is called The Painter. She paints when her love sleeps in darkness with acrylics on canvas. She splashes emotions of her temptations, rinsing her brushes in teardrops. Moonlight spills through the window. She turns her sins into painted trees, hangs them near the desk where she works, a memory. She prays in church forgiveness. Flowers begin to push up dirt, instill hope, renewal, resist going back to darkness. Confession does not cure her longings. Guided by her harlot heart, she checks her phone messages, searching for her next paramour.
Yeah.
This is called Back Road Driving. It was an orange poem on the Rainbow Project. Back road driving in the evergreens can lead to quiet streams. Keep holding telescopes, star searching. Orange in the sunset still visible. Lay beside me longer. Tangled branches. Tangled limbs, branches in the backyard.
Yeah.
There were so many people along the way who helped me with this book, and a lot of them are here tonight. And you know, if I don't say your name, I'm just know I'm really grateful for everybody along the way. I'm always learning. I always take classes, and and everybody who taught me anything, I'm just forever grateful. This is called Friendly Competition. I remember the games we played: strip, poker, twister, and life. But soon we became knock'em sock'em robots, and Battleship ruled the course. You were not cocky. I was just looking for Barbie's dream house. I was just trying to connect, but you scrabbled my heart. Our mystery date soon became a charade. Our love was taboo. You boggled my mind. You left me without a clue. You were an action figure. I was a paper doll. It was supposed to be a quick game of blackjack. But life is a slow-moving chess game. The next move is yours.
Yeah.
Bravo, that
was beautiful. This is called Brooklyn Botanical Garden, and it's for Madeline. One day I'll look at these photographs, yellow narcissus and pink Japanese cherry, see our smiling faces. I'll forget how drained, how tense I was. I'll remember the day women writers bonded as they marveled at the delicate white flowers of the paper bush. Yeah. This is called School of Obedience. She'll never be man's best friend. Forever she'll remain Pavlov's dog in training. Yeah. He wants her to perform, good dog. He wants to keep her down, bad dog. He says, you're so beautiful, as he strokes her into submission. He knows how to stimulate her, so she does tricks to please him. Still, he rings bells to remind her of her shortcomings. He tells her, I love you, as he hangs wind chimes over her head. Bells ring random in the wind. A haunting melody chimes outside her window. He says, I'm addicted to you, but she's back in her kennel when he's through. Sometimes he runs his fingers through the wind chimes to remind her of her crimes. He knows she is counting her sins. He needs to keep her in a place, keep her down. Sometimes she retreats. Sometimes she hides. She will remain astray. Still, she scratches at his door, looking for one last bone. So this is going to be my last poem, and thank you everybody for coming. Soul Cake is playing at Anyway Cafe. So if you want to have some music after this, or you want to enter the other poetry reading downstairs, it's all good. But I really appreciate everybody for being here. This poem is called Relic. And my phone is ringing. That's my phone. Oh, it's my mother-in-law who is 93 years old. It's okay. She knows I have a book party, so she's here in spirit.
Yeah.
I have variety poems, they're not in this book, but
It's like the wind chimes. But
yes, oh yes, it's like the bells random in the room, exactly. All right. Oh, and I want to make a huge announcement. We are doing Pauline Finley's book on Pink Trees Press. It is called Dysfunction, a play on words in the familiar. We have a proof with us that some people saw, but we are working on the final parts of it. It's going to be a beautiful book, and Pauline is an amazing poet. And we've been working on it for a long time, and we want to make it perfect before it's out in the world. So I hope that everybody comes to celebrate Pauline's book when we do that. All right. And this poem is called Relic. We rush about gathering pages. What colorful lament leaves regret? Leaves we meant to photograph. We gaze up, looking for stars, building the sun. The equality of secrets. Secrets positioned, pruned, and tied neatly along the fence. Task at hand becomes a distraction. Phone calls unanswered, voices unheard, messages unread. Is there a serenity in the steps you shuffle? And what comes of the pages? Myths of scorn and greed, blanketed in the silence of memory lost. We return again to meditate as we move along underground tracks through underwater tunnels. We gather again, a scrap of ideas, a phrase of prayer, a creation we made, our ancestors' assignment remembered. What will be remembered? In this rhythm beaten down, generations lost, a faded photograph, only to be slipped between pages, folded to form book to be passed on to future relations, still unknown, still unconceived, held on by tradition, held on by a string, held on until your grasp fails. Let go. Are we left empty-handed? What imprint in the dust? Thank you. I want to thank Peter Kozlowski for videotaping. Thank you.